Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. It's me, John Green, the coach of the Swindon Swoodilypoopers, and in a stunning turn of events for the first time this season, it is raining in England. We are facing Manchester City today. You might have heard of them. They're kind of a big deal. They're an extraordinarily well-funded side. They're owned by a sheikh. They have 4 individual players who make more per week than our team makes per season. To give you some context of the David versus Goliath nature, where you passing there, big guy? Of the task at hand, and to suit that task, I have an extremely difficult question to answer, which is, what is the point of being alive? An interesting question, but not an easy one. So first off, let me say that I'm not a philosopher, and there are lots of philosophers who have done better work on this topic than I've done, and not to take anything that I say very seriously. That actually goes for all of my work here on Hank Games. Generally, as a rule, if you see someone playing a video game and dispensing advice at the same time, you shouldn't take that advice with tremendous seriousness. We're going out wide. No, boy, they're so fast. Get in there. Get in. Oh, it should have hit the Y button. So that was a great time for Y. So was that, by the way. Good tackle, though. There we go. So what is the point of being alive? Well, I'm going to submit to you. No, almost. I forced Joe Hart into an awkward save. Do you guys remember, by the way, when we beat Man City? That was fun last season. Remember? That was fun. It made me happy. I hope we beat Manchester United someday, but, you know, in the meantime, beating Man City was pretty cool. You going to call that back? That was like 37 seconds after the foul. So, you know, one of the big questions is whether there's inherent meaning to life or whether the meaning in human life is constructed. I tend to side with those who say the meaning in human life is constructed, that we make our lives meaningful we're always trying to figure out, like, what is the best way to make our lives meaningful, and we do that the best way we know how, and sometimes better than others. I did not foul that guy. Get up. You're not really hurt. Faker. Twice as Weiss is out here for us, by the way. He's out on the right wing, doing right-winger stuff. Look at that fantastic tackle from Wellington. And then it's just not a very good pass, but the tackle was gorgeous. Oh. And is there any way that we can not, like, we can complete 2 passes in a row? Is that going to be possible? Because if not, I'm going to try the thing that everyone keeps telling me to try. All right, I'm going to try that thing. Oh, it's like this. No! Yes, that was exactly what I was trying to do. I was trying to give Manchester City a breakaway. Goal! Pushed it wide. Life is hard and full of disappointment, Yaya Toure. So I don't necessarily think that life is inherently meaningful. I also don't think it's that interesting of a question, because whether something is constructed or not doesn't really affect whether it's real, at least to me. There are lots of constructed things that are real, and so to me, there's no reason why why a life with quote unquote made up meaning would be less meaningful than a life with quote unquote intrinsic meaning. But yeah, I think we choose what to care about. Berna, thank you. We choose what to value. And in making those choices, we choose what the meaning of our lives will be. Like what will be the, what will it be about life that we? Oh, off the post, almost. Oh man, twice as Weiss with a near miracle. Obviously he wasn't shooting, but still, I mean, that would have been insane. Turn and shoot. Oh, forced him into a save at least. But I used that RB button that everyone's always talking about. And it didn't work. So I'm not blaming you. I'm just pointing out that it didn't work. There was one-size-fits-all with a great tackle. You got to say we're having a pretty good game against Man City here, although they're a lot faster than we are, and that's a big disadvantage. Go, baby. Go. Get fouled or something. Yep, settle. Get it into other John Green. Turn and shoot. Off the post! That's twice we've hit the post. What are we, Liverpool? Jeez. Oh, we're relentless. Look at Leroy Williamson. He's saying, I'll score if no one else will. No, he's not. He's not going to score. Oh, wow, it's halftime. But in the first half, the Swoodilypoopers hit the post twice against Manchester City. This is starting out pretty good. So, back to the meaning of life. I believe that that we imbue life with meaning, which is why I think that, you know, I think this is similar to how I feel about human souls. I think that like the human soul is like not an event but a process, like something that is developed and over a long period of time, or however long the life is. And that, look at that awful tackle. And then another. Oh, our John Greens are just going down like crazy. Context is everything. But I really think that, you know, like from whether it's relationships, and I think relationships are usually a huge part of where we find meaning in life. I wouldn't have minded just playing the advantage there, but if you want to give me the foul, I guess I'll take it. Or whether it's, you know, whatever it is, the work that we do that we find meaning in, I think most of that meaning is probably constructed. Most of it isn't quote-unquote real. But, like, to me, the fact that all of our work will, you know, be useless in the end because there will be no people to remember it, and we'll build things for people who won't ever be born, and yada, yada, yada. Like, I mean, I guess that's a little bit unfortunate, but it doesn't bum me out as much as it bums out a lot of other people, because I tend to think that most of what's kind of interesting and beautiful about all of it is here to stay. Oh, wouldn't that have been something? Wouldn't that have been beautiful? But instead it went over the bar. But yeah, I mean, I'm beginning to feel like we could, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm beginning to feel like these Swoodilypoopers could beat Manchester City. Get into the middle, ball, John Green. Go to the middle. Frustration, and then more frustration. And then Merrick is slow on the ball. He may need to be substituted out here. Of course, Leroy Williamson, he never gives up. He doesn't have an ounce of quit in him. I am really so I find that for me most of the meaning in my life is in the personal relationships that I have, you know, my family. But then I do find a lot of meaning in my work. Though especially writing books and making stuff with Hank. But, you know, making stuff with Hank and with Nerdfighteria is in a way, what a terrible cross, ball, John Green. Maybe you should listen to the way I'm pushing the controller. Making stuff with Nerdfighteria and with Hank is a kind of relationship. And that, to me, is what's so different from, and so much cooler, like what I like so much more about online video than for instance, bad pass. Than, for instance, television, is that I really feel like I'm making something with people, not making something just for people, which doesn't seem as valuable. And I feel that same way about writing books, but in a very like weird, ethereal way that I can never quite justify to people when I'm asked to explain it. But I do feel that way, and it's only the feeling that's important ultimately. Not a good pass. You're better than that. We need to try this strategy of the over-the-top LB pass. If we lose this game, I'm going to be so frustrated. Come on, guys. Come on. Play some defense. Ricardo? No? Okay. That's got to be ours. Okay. Let's make a couple substitutions. We're in the 80th minute. That means that we're 10 minutes away from the time we usually score if we score. I'm gonna take out Leroy Williamson. He seems a little tired. I'm gonna bring in Beefstock, and I'm gonna take out Merrick, and I'm gonna bring in Pettinari. Ooh, Beefstock is not very good in that position. Is McGoldrick any? No, McGoldrick is worse. What about like Ginger Rampage? No. No one really. We don't really have a centered defensive midfielder. I guess I'm going to stick with Beefstock. Mr. Pettinari doesn't really like playing left center mid, but life is difficult, and he's going to adjust. But I think those are the changes that we need to succeed. We've still got Fitzhall. If we can just get a corner kick out of somewhere, we've got a perfectly good chance of scoring with Fitzhall. So we'll try to do that. Go to the corner. Go. Get fouled. Get fouled. Get fouled. Get fouled. Oh, he got free instead of getting fouled. Get in there! Oh, French the Lana, or whoever that was, couldn't score. Frustrating. A frustrating day. You know, still the only goal for the Swoodilypoopers this season came against Colchester, of all teams. And it came in the 90th minute. And here we are in the 86th minute, which means it's almost time for us to score. That was a nice little give and go. Come on. Foul me. Foul me. Dang it. There's one size fits all. Holding up the ball nicely, then getting it out wide. And then into the middle, please. Okay, it's a corner. It's a corner. It's a 90th minute corner. That's our favorite kind. Come on up, one size fits all. Show them what you can do. Show them what that big head does. Duo Fitzy, you almost had it. Oh, it's frustrating. Really, really frustrating. And yeah, oh, and they got the counterattack going. We're not going to be able to get back down. But if, oh, please no, please no, please no, please no. Oh, great tackle. Fantastic tackle from an exhausted French Delana. Oh, who just keeps, I mean, kid never gives up. I love him. I love everything about him. And the Swoodilypoopers are on their way to score, but the referee unfairly blows the whistle. And you know what? We'll take a 0-0 draw against Manchester City, the best team in the league. That's right. The Swoodilypooper fans are celebrating. It's another 0-0 draw, our standard 0-0 draw. But, you know, Pedinari's happy enough, and we're happy enough too. Thanks for watching. I'll try to score next time. Best wishes.